I was probably behind for a long time in learning about women and girls and how to deal with them in relationships. Maybe I was behind, maybe I wasn't. I think I was behind because I felt like it took me a lot. It took me a lot longer to figure out some of this stuff, like how to deal with them, how to understand what they really mean when they're saying certain things. It's probably because I didn't really seriously date until college. My parents kind of kept me out of relationships. If you're an Asian kid, I don't know if you had the same experience because my parents were always like, no girlfriend, no girlfriend until college. So like they specifically even broke up one of my high school relationships because they didn't want me to be in relationships because they wanted me to focus on school. Um, but I remember, I think every guy will have that. Okay, so I'll tell you the story. I remember growing up, like hanging out with girls. I had a lot of girlfriends. We were friends. We watched movies together or whatever. And I remember, something you'd watch some movie and some romantic gesture would happen. Some guy would do something for the girl, and they would go, "Oh my God, that's so sweet! I can't believe he did that." So like as a guy, I think the logical conclusion is, well, cool. So he did that. That's sweet. So I want to do that for this girl that I like. Whether it be wait for them or you know set up some sort of romantic gesture. But it wasn't later until my life, until when I started dating in college and then beyond, that it dawned upon me, or that I discovered that it's not really the gesture that they care about; it's the person. So if they like you or if they're attracted to you, pretty much whatever you do is sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. But if they're not interested in you or they don't find you attractive, then you could move mountains. You could like write their name on the moon with a gigantic laser or something, and they would be like, "Ugh, ugh, God, that guy likes me." And I don't know. I don't know if women feel. I don't know if women realize this. I know I didn't. I'm pretty sure a lot of other guys don't realize this either. But it's one of those things where I was kind of angry about for a while, but then you learn to get over it. Or you learn. I mean, that's just the way the world works. It's completely. There's a lot of things that I feel like um, women think about that I think are completely ass backwards. It just doesn't make sense whatsoever. But to a woman and to women, it makes sense. And then it's just one of those things where it's like I've said this in other videos before. Like I don't have to agree with it, but if you can show me how it makes sense to you, then I could at least find it tolerable and swallow it. Like okay, well I guess that makes sense to me. So what that makes sense that can make sense. That can make sense in some way. So I'm okay. I can get over it, or I can understand why. Yeah, you would go about it that way. But yeah, man. So I think it's a very hard pill to swallow for guys because guys are always about doing stuff. It's always about going out there, seeking adventure, meeting the challenge head on. You know, getting over some sort of fear or obstacle, and for there to be some sort of obstacle where there's nothing you can do, like there's nothing you can do for to get her to like you. Either she likes you and whatever you do is fantastic, or she doesn't like you and you're shit out of luck. I feel like that's a very difficult thing to face. It's something that I learned, I think, after my first breakup. It's one of those like, oh well, like 2 weeks ago she was totally fine with me, and now that she's decided to break up, like there's nothing I can do. Again, my first relationship, my breakup, there's a lot more details to it. It's not as simple as that, but that's how it feels. So yeah, it was a really interesting to like learn about all this stuff. I mean, this was back in 2006, 2007, so 12 years ago. I don't know. That's just a quick thought. Before I start rambling or losing my steam, maybe I'll just cut it there. Uh, I try not to talk about relationship advice or advice on women. But I mean, certain specific topics I feel like I'm comfortable talking about. Um, but yeah, maybe you can leave a comment and ask for specifics. Maybe I'll talk about yeah, maybe check it out. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about some sort of more relationship stuff. All right, that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.